Hannah here, and welcome to today's mini Zentangle session. Today is week 7, day 2, and apologies for sounding like a smurf. I think most of my voice has gone. The materials we're going to need for today are a black fine liner pen, a black biro, a black pencil, a tortillon or blending stump, and if you don't have one, an earbud, and a white piece of card, and this measures 5 by 5 centimetres, which is 2 by 2 inches. If you'd like to grab your materials and sit comfortably, we can begin. So today's tangle is quite fun. It has been likened to an optical illusion, so it does require a little bit of concentration. So using my pencil, I've drawn my border. I'm then going in with my pen and I'm drawing a square in pen. So when you've got something like that, this is our starting point. Now I'm going to start in the bottom left hand corner, and I'm going to start literally on that corner, and I'm drawing a straight line, but I'm finishing it in from the corner at the top. And this is important. That one stroke is now repeated throughout the whole of this pattern. So just remember, you start from the bottom inside and you finish at the top outside. I'm turning it around and starting from the bottom, I'm going up and finishing outside. Again, I'm repeating it, starting at the bottom on the inside, and I'm finishing it at the top, slightly out. And then I'm doing that the same. Now, on this one here, you'll notice that the line that I'm meeting isn't one of the original ones. That's fine, but as long as I finish slightly indented in, that's where I want to be. And all I'm going to do is continue drawing that line that's drawn on an angle. Oops, went a bit wide there. Not that it really matters. So the principle of this is extremely easy, but putting it into play is a little bit different. As long as you remember, you start and where you finish, you'll be fine. And I have to say that this is one of those tangles that I do like to play with. And I'm going to speed up this last bit so that I can show you how I add my shading. And then I will show you drawing with a different shape to start off with. So that's the finished pattern. And you'll notice that there are 4 clear lines that are slightly curved going from the centre outwards. I'm just adding some shading to the right hand side of each of those. And again, it doesn't matter if you do the left, but whatever you do on one, you need to do on all of them. And then using my smudging or blending tool, I am really quite firmly blending this in. So please excuse if there's any wobble in the camera. That's because I'm actually pushing quite hard. and that's what you end up with. So this is the one that I drew before, and both of those have been drawn with a straight line, and this is one I drew where the line is slightly curved. And I actually think that I prefer the way that this one looks. It gives the eye a look of going down one of those spiral staircases. You know, you're standing at the top of a, I don't know, a 50-story building, and you're looking down, and this is the stairs. And I like the way that both of them look, but for me this one is the one that I prefer. So I'm now going to show you the exact same tangle, but this time we're not going to start with a square. This time we're going to start with a triangle, and the principle is exactly the same. Just because we're not doing a 4-sided shape or we're doing a 3-sided shape, the principle is exactly the same. So starting off in the bottom left and then coming out and finishing like that. Turning it around, again starting where that one left off and finishing out, and then start where that one left off and finish when you meet the previous line. And I am still turning my tile at this point. As we get down further, I can draw it all from the same position without moving my tile. Without moving my tile. And at this point, that looks quite nice. You could, if you wanted to, stop there and add a circle in and colour it in or do whatever. But now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, uh-oh, where was my last line? Was it this one? Was it this one? Was it this one? So I now have to follow back and work out which line I finished on. And when I get to this bit here, I can actually do this now without taking my pen off the page. And again, adding the shading here. This time we've got 3 clear areas to shade. And I normally shade on the right hand side purely because I think that's where the shadows would go. But again, it's up to you guys. And then heavily using my blending tool, I'm smudging it out. And apologies, I think my voice might actually have gone now. So here's one I drew earlier, and I'll put the squares up so you can see the difference. And I think that they're all really, really pretty, and I do think it is a bit of an optical illusion. And just to show you a couple more, here's one I've done where this one is actually a square to start off with, but I've then subdivided it into 2 triangles. And then, excuse me, if I go like that and turn it that way, you can see I finished it. I've drawn it, the way that I have drawn that one. And then when I've come to draw the second side, I've drawn, so the first line was coming this way. I just did the mirror effect on that side. And then my final example is this one. And again, this one is drawn starting from a square. But what I've done is in the centre, I've divided it down into a cross. So you can see, oops. So we've got four triangles. And as long as you focus on each triangle at one point, you don't have to worry too much. And just bear in mind that they're a mirror version. So that's me done for today. I think I better go and rest my voice for the rest of the day so I'm able to do tomorrow's video. I hope you've enjoyed today's session, and I really look forward to seeing your examples of how you get on with this pattern. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.